Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 18th of August 2023. Let's start with our session. Which Union Ministry released the State of Elementary Education in Rural India report? So Union Education Ministry has released the first State of Elementary Education in Rural India report, and this study focuses on children in rural communities who are between the age of 6 to 16 years from different 6,229 rural households across 20 states. Okay. So as per the report, 78% parents of girls in the rural areas want to educate their children up to graduation, and 82% of the parents of boys in the rural areas want to educate their children. Okay, simply this report has been released by Ministry of Education. Now apart from it, which Union Ministry has recently launched the Indian Web Browser Development Challenge? So this is Ministry of Electronics and IT, and this challenge is spearheaded by this ministry along with Controller of Certifying Authorities and Center for Development of Advanced Computing, that is CDAC. Okay, so it aims to empower technology across the country so as to create an indigenous web browser with its own trust store with an inbuilt CCA India root certificate and enhanced security along with data privacy protection features. Okay, so which ministry has launched the Indian Web Browser Development Challenge? Answer is Ministry of Electronics and IT. Then apart from it, which Union Ministry has recently set up task forces for the decarbonization of steel sector? So obvious answer is Ministry of Steel. Okay, so they have established total 13 task forces involving various sectors including industry, academia and other type of stakeholders so as to focus on reducing the carbon emission in the steel industry. So one of these task forces, which is dedicated to skill development, will address the training and retraining needs of the workforce for producing environmental friendly steel that would actually ensure a smooth transition within the steel sector. Okay, so which ministry has set up these task forces for the decarbonization of steel sector? Answer is Ministry of Steel. Now the next question is, Mediation Bill 2023 aims to cut down the time to complete the mediation proceedings to how many days? So the Mediation Bill 2023 has been recently passed by the Rajya Sabha, and it aims to cut down the time to complete the mediation proceedings to 180 days. So the bill halves the time for completing mediation proceedings, and under the other key recommendations of the parliamentary committee that is accepted by the government, pre-litigation mediation has been made voluntary instead of mandatory. Okay, so now this bill aims to cut down the time to complete the mediation proceedings to 180 days. Then apart from it, there are two more bills that are important. The first is Inter-Services Organization Bill. So recently Rajya Sabha has passed this Inter-Services Organization Command, Control and Discipline Bill 2023, and this legislation aims to grant the Commander-in-Chief and the Officer in Command of Inter-Services Organizations full administrative and disciplinary authority over the service personnel under their command irrespective of their service. Okay, simply you can be asked that Inter-Service Organization Bill, which was passed recently, grants full authority over the service personnel to whom? So different options would be given, like President of India, option number A. Second is Commander-in-Chief and Officer in Command. The third option is Chief of Defense Staff, for example, and the fourth option is Prime Minister of India. So correct answer would be option number 2. Okay. Now the second bill is the National Dental Commission Bill, and recently it has been approved by the Indian Parliament. Basically, it aims to implement revolutionary regulatory structure by forming the National Dental Commission, taking the place of the current Dental Council of India, and it nullifies the Dentist Bill from 1948. Okay. Simply you can be asked that National Dental Commission Bill aims to create which institution in place of Dental Council of India. So that would be National Dental Commission. Okay. Now the third question is, which state granted 32% quota for the tribals in the schools? So Chhattisgarh State Cabinet has decided that the admission process in educational institutions would be completed under the existing system of 58% reservation instead of the previous 50% reservation. And now Supreme Court passed an order which stayed a High Court decision that invalidated a 2012 state government order to implement a 58% reservation in the government job appointments and admissions in the educational institutions. So recently Chhattisgarh state government has granted 32% quota for the tribals in the school. Now let's see few of the important state related current affairs. The very first news is regarding Sin Suchna application, and this application belongs to Gujarat state. Gujarat state has recently launched this application for tracking the loins in the state. Okay, and who is the current Chief Minister of Gujarat? Mr. Bhupendra Patel. After that, there is one more application, the name of which is Amrit Briksha Andolan application. We have talked about this application earlier, if you remember, and this is an app from the state of Assam. Basic aim is to plant 1 crore saplings in a single day in the month of September so as to boost its green economy. And who is the current Chief Minister of Assam? Mr. Hemant Biswa Sarma. After that, Mission Shakti Scooter Yojana was in news, and it belongs to Odisha state. What was the aim of this mission? To provide interest subvention on bank loans up to 1 lakh rupees to beneficiaries so that they can purchase a scooter. Okay, so this mission belongs to Odisha state. After that, there is one scheme named as Jagan Anna Amma Vodi scheme, and this is a scheme from Andhra Pradesh state. Recently, Andhra Pradesh has allocated 6,392 crore rupees under this scheme. That's why it was in news. And basic aim of the scheme is to promote education. Who is the current Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh? Mr. Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy. Okay. The next question is, who is the head of the all-women panel appointed by the Supreme Court to oversee relief in the state of Manipur? So our Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, announced in open court that the Supreme Court will appoint an all-women committee of 3 former High Court judges to oversee relief in Manipur, and this committee will be headed by Justice Geeta Mittal, who is a former Chief Justice of Jammu and Kashmir High Court. Okay, so here correct answer would be Justice Geeta Mittal. Let's see some recent appointments. First of all, recently Center has appointed a new MD for LIC, and this is R. Durai Swami. Now he is the new MD of LIC. After that, recently Tushar Mehta has been reappointed as the Solicitor General of India. Okay, and don't forget that Solicitor General of India is the highest law officer in the country after Attorney General. And who's the current Attorney General of India? Mr. R. Venkat Ramani. So now he has been given the extension of next 3 years. Then who is India's ambassador to World Trade Organization for next 9 months? This is Brajendra Navneet, and now he will be holding this position till 31st of March 2024. And who is currently the Director General of World Trade Organization? This is Ngozi Okonjo, and the headquarters lies in Geneva, Switzerland. Right? Also recently, IPS officer Mr. Ajay Bhatnagar has been appointed as the Special Director in CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation. Fine. The next question is, Belém Declaration, which was seen in the news recently, is associated with which summit? So 8 Amazon nations that share the Amazon basin agreed to a list of unified environmental policies and measures to promote regional cooperation in the Brazilian city of Belém for the Amazon summit. So they agreed to launch an alliance to protect the Amazon and to combat deforestation, but they failed to agree on a common goal for ending deforestation. So this summit brought together the Amazon Cooperation Treaty Organization for the first time in last 14 years, and this joint statement, which is named as Belém Declaration, was also released here. Okay, so it is associated with Amazon summit. Then apart from it, India's Defense Ministry has recently decided to replace Microsoft operating system in all its computers that can connect to the internet with Maya. Okay, so Maya has been developed by Indian government agencies within 6 months, and it is aimed at preventing malware attacks by the cyber criminals. So this new operating system will actually be backed by a protecting system called as Chakravyuh. Okay, you can be asked that India's Defense Ministry has decided to replace Microsoft operating system with which operating system? Answer would be Maya. Okay. Also, which country has recently released the draft rules for using the facial recognition technology? So this is China. China's cyberspace regulator said that it has issued certain draft rules to oversee the security management of facial recognition technology in the country after concerns raised in the public about overuse of the technology. So the Cyberspace Administration of China said that facial recognition technology can be used to process facial information when there is a specific purpose and sufficient necessity, and with some strict protective measures. Okay, so which country has released the draft rules for using facial recognition technology? This country is China. How many medals were clinched by India in the World University Games 2023? So India ended its World University Games campaign with its best ever performance, winning a record haul of 26 medals, which included 11 gold as well. Okay, so India finished at 7th spot with total 11 gold, 5 silver and 10 bronze medals, and this is the best ever standing of India in the medal tally of World University Games 2023. You have to tell me which country was the host for this year's World University Games. Please write your answer in the comment section. Now here, if we talk about some ranks and indices, don't forget that HDFC Bank has achieved a significant milestone by surpassing TCS to become the second most valuable company in India based on market capitalization. Okay, and which company is at the first position? This is Reliance Industries, and second is obviously HDFC Bank, and the third one is TCS now. Okay, these are the top 3 valuable companies in terms of market capitalization. Also, let's revise Henley Passport Index 2023. This is a very important index and is frequently asked in your examination. So in this, the topper country was Singapore. So basically we can say that Singapore has the world's most powerful passport because the passport provides you access to 192 countries out of 227 destinations. Okay, and what was the India's rank? India is at 80th position in this ranking, along with 2 more countries, which are these: Togo and Senegal. Okay, and in this index at second position 3 countries are there: Germany, Italy and Spain. So the first country is Singapore, at second 3 countries are there: Germany, Italy and Spain, and India's rank is 80th, and India is sharing this rank along with 2 more countries, Togo and Senegal. Fine. Also, let's talk about Export Preparedness Index 2022 that has been released few months back, and in this index Tamil Nadu has basically topped, second was Maharashtra and third was Karnataka state. Fine. The next question is, who became the fastest Indian cricketer to clinch 50 wickets in T20 internationals? This is left arm spinner Kuldeep Yadav. Recently he became the fastest Indian to clinch 50 wickets in T20 internationals in terms of number of matches played. So he achieved this feat in his 30th T20I match for India, and he has surpassed his teammate Yuzvendra Chahal, who had 50 T20I wickets in total 34 games. Okay, so now who is the fastest Indian cricketer to clinch 50 wickets in the T20 international? This is Kuldeep Yadav. Okay, now let's see some sport related current affairs. First of all, let's talk about ICC Players of the Month for July 2023. So if you talk about the men's category, the winner is Chris Wokes, and he is from England. And if you talk about the women's category, the winner is Ashley Gardner, and she is from Australia. Okay, talking about ICC, headquarters lies in Dubai in the country UAE, and who's the current chairman of ICC? This is Greg Barley. Now if you talk about the Asian Champions Trophy title 2023, so in this, winner is India, and India has beaten the country Malaysia. Okay, and which city was the venue for this championship? Answer is Chennai. Okay, now if we talk about the World Under-17 Championship, in this India has won in total 11 medals, in which there was a gold as well. Okay, what was the venue for this championship? Venue was Istanbul in Turkey. Fine. Now the next question says, where is the Central Bureau of Investigation Academy located, in which city? Actually, why this CBI Academy is in news? Because recently the CBI Academy in Ghaziabad became the 10th member of Interpol Global Academy Network. So this inclusion will actually facilitate the creation and execution of combined training initiatives and research endeavors. That's why this academy was in news, and it is located in Ghaziabad city. Fine. Now, which state has recently announced their plans to construct a 6,134 crore rupees dam in the Hathni Kund? So as we know that Hathni Kund lies in Haryana state. So Haryana state government has intended to construct a dam that cost 6,134 crore rupees. Why? So as to avoid another flooding event caused by the Yamuna in Delhi and nearby Haryana regions. So this dam will feature a 14 kilometers reservoir, and it will be situated 4.5 kilometers ahead of Hathni Kund barrage in the Yamunanagar district. Okay, so Haryana has recently announced their plans to construct this dam at Hathni Kund. Next is, which city released the national identity mark to monitor the quality of private schools? So in the month of May this year, the Abu Dhabi Department of Education and Knowledge launched the inaugural national identity mark, and this initiative aims to give parents a clear insight into the quality of national identity programs and the associated activities that are available in the private schools throughout the UAE. So phase 1 of national identity mark results was released recently. That's why it was in news. Okay, so Abu Dhabi has released this mark to monitor the quality of private schools. Now apart from it, digital health incentive scheme of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission has been extended until which date? So National Health Authority has extended the digital health incentive scheme of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission until 31st of December 2023, and the scheme offers incentives to the hospitals, diagnostic labs and digital health solution providers to encourage digitization under this mission. Okay, so here correct answer would be December 2023. Next question is, which country is set to launch BRICS Startup Forum in 2023? So India is trying to launch the BRICS Startup Forum in 2023, and this forum seeks to foster the cooperation and exchange of knowledge among the startups, investors, incubators and budding entrepreneurs. So Union Minister for Commerce and Industry, Mr. Piyush Goyal, made the announcement during the 7th virtual BRICS Industry Ministers meeting that was held in South Africa. Okay, which countries comes under BRICS? Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. South Africa is the latest country to join this organization. Okay, Also, can you tell me the Coastal Aquaculture Authority Bill is associated with which union ministry? So this bill seeks to remove criminal penalties for the violations in the coastal aquaculture practices, which promotes a more business-friendly environment. And the bill aims to broaden its range to address regulatory inconsistencies and lessen compliance requirements while maintaining environmental safeguards in the coastal region. Simply have to remember that this Coastal Aquaculture Authority Bill is associated with Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Okay. Now the last question says, which bank launched India's first 24/7 video banking customer service? This is AU Small Finance Bank. Recently, it has set a new benchmark by introducing India's very first 24/7 video banking customer service. And this feature offers a digital platform for the customers to interact directly with the video banker through real-time video calls during video conferencing. Okay, so this is AU Small Finance Bank. Also, don't forget that Airtel Payments Bank has recently launched India's very first eco-friendly debit card for its new and existing customers with a savings bank account. Okay, you can be asked that which bank has launched India's very first eco-friendly debit card. Answer would be Airtel Payments Bank. And you would have heard about a name. This is Shashidhar Jagdishan. Who is he? He is actually the CEO of HDFC Bank. Why he was in news these days? Because recently he has taken the top spot as being the highest paid bank CEO in financial year 23 with 10.55 crore rupees payment. Okay, so he is actually the highest paid bank CEO. Fine. So you can be asked that who is the current CEO of HDFC Bank? This is Shashidhar Jagdishan. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions. And at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.